Good morning, everybody. This is the one and only here on the YouTube channel here, Heavy Metal 95 here. Once again, we got a video that I have never done like this one before. And this is a shocking news I'm about to explain. Today, I just found out about that Megadeth has finally announcing their final album, and they have planned their farewell tour coming up as well. For those who haven't been wondering, because I just wanted to give you for the fact for how I wanted to now to this, according from what I've right now remembered. Because Megadeth has been announcing they're retiring from performing as well. And they have announced their last studio album that Megadeth had on a website. It said that Dave Mustaine had stated out, "We can't wait for you to hear this album and see us on tour. If there was ever a perfect time for us to put out a new album, if it's now. If there was ever a perfect time to tour the world, it's now. There is also a perfect time for us to tell you that it's our last studio album. We've made a lot of friends over the years, and I hope to see you all of you, on our global farewell tour. Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Be happy for us all. Come celebrate with me these next few years. We have done something together that's truly wonderful, and it'll probably never happen again." Yeah, that's how Dave Mustaine has spoken it out. And this has a huge apply to this, of how they are announcing their farewell tour. So if the record is going to come out on 2026, considering that Megadeth's album is going to be released, their final album is going to be released next year, which is in 2026. And it's their final album, and they have been starting their plans with the farewell tour, which I haven't thought about how I've heard for this. Considering, of course, this has been a shocking truth, considered how this has got to the whole curiosity of how this is the whole potential for the album cover, where they have a white background and a flame over Vic Rattlehead, including the video with the slapping in the title as "The End Is Near," which is basically hasn't been confirmed for the album to be coming out. But it's basically the tagline for what Megadeth did, because this is a lot more different aside from their previous albums like Countdown to Extinction or any other previous albums that Megadeth has ever worked. As far as if I can remember, going to the top for what Megadeth, how they did with their albums like The Sick and the Dead or something. What is it? Oh, okay. Let's try to think of something. So, consider Megadeth did their albums like The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, as well as Dystopia album, as for what Megadeth's previous records they have done. If you could say to the degree of how they have made the right decision, even consider Dave Mustaine's now 63 years old, this is a shocking move for the whole thing. Considered Megadeth is announcing their farewell tour, and they were putting out the idea for their final album to be released as a new album. This is kind of like the end of an era for Megadeth, especially considered more aside from Iron Maiden touring without Nico McBrain. And that's from whenever I now have to expecting to how this has got to this as well. I mean, if you want to go see Megadeth and see Mustaine live, see Dave Mustaine performing live with Megadeth. They're announcing their farewell tour, because I'm just gonna giving you from whatever I now wanted to come by, as especially for the U.S. leg of that tour. It's your last chance to see Dave Mustaine performing live at the farewell tour. If there's any new information coming about for Megadeth's new album to come out on the whole thing, if there's any facts, because this is their one last album and their tour, or planning for the farewell tour. However, this is going to be the final Megadeth album coming out early of 2026, and they have planned their farewell tour 2026. For those who haven't been wondering, because this has been with us for this, and Every Day's a Gift, and so on, for what Megadeth has. Because apparently now I have been wanting to explain for the whole thing of how I just wanted to come by. This has been a shocking thing for this, because I have never thought for why Megadeth is doing their final album and their farewell tour. It's going to come out next year, though. A global farewell tour. Because Megadeth has been announcing their retirement after their final album and the farewell tour. And this is how I wanted to come by for what Megadeth is now doing their final tour. This is going to have the whole thing. Yeah, Megadeth has been with us for many other years as well, because they have done most of their classic albums they have done in the past, like Countdown to Extinction, Killing Is My Business, This Business Is Good, Peace Sells, Rust in Peace, as well. And if you go to think over for that as well, Mustaine has, had to reveal for the final album's title from the release date of how his statement wanted to expect for to how they want to remain in the whole thing for the final album and their final tour. He stated out, "Don't be mad, don't be sad, be happy for us all. Come celebrate with these next few years. We have done something together that's wonderful, and it'll probably never happen again." That's what Dave Mustaine had stated it out as when Megadeth has announcing their final album and their farewell tour coming in 2026. And this is the whole thing. And I didn't know they could ever plan to announce their final album, and they're planning the farewell tour. Unlike those other bands with those farewell tours, but Megadeth has got it to another thing of how they embarked to have a farewell tour, which I was shocked, because I was very outspoken, though, about Megadeth releasing their final album, and they're going to embark on the farewell tour. this has started up on this as well. From what now, in general, particularly, because I didn't know for the fact Mustaine had stated it out that they're gonna how has the perfect time for the band to releasing a final album, and they're embarking their thing for the farewell tour. And this is the whole thing. It's shocking to see Megadeth announcing their final album and their farewell tour of what they have embarked of, what they planned. Consider that Megadeth was founded in '83. Well, sorry, let me put it this way. I'm going to have to put the preferences this. Megadeth was founded in 1983 after Dave Mustaine was kicked out of the band Metallica when he has co-founded Megadeth when they released their debut album, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, released in 1985. Even though considered for that, Megadeth is doing their final album, and they're just gonna say it's a shocking era in thrash metal history for whatever I now want to embark this of how I wanted to come by to see it. If it's the perfect time to see that we haven't heard from Megadeth announcing their new album, but from what I found out, they have announced their new album and their farewell tour coming in 2026. There's going to be a shocking thing as well, because I had to bring this to the thing for that accordingly, haven't I? So speaking of Mustaine, he has announcing for the way of how they're going to have the farewell tours in the next few years once 2026 comes, because this is the whole thing. This has been a gift for us metalheads, that we finally had the word that Megadeth is announcing their farewell tour along with the final album. Could be the whole anything? Because what would be in the pattern, it seems to know for this as well, because it's shocking to see Megadeth announcing their final album and their farewell tour planning in 2026. And that's the whole to come by to this. From now, what I've heard, what I got the word from about Megadeth announcing their final album and their farewell tour coming in 2026. For those who haven't been wondering, yep, because theirs is going to be a whole thing. Every day's a gift for this as well. And yeah. So that's going to be it for my announcement video for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to the channel. Smack the like button, enjoy the video, hit the notifications bell button for more surprises if you miss anything new. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you like as well. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new as well. If you haven't seen it on my channel, be sure to click on the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And this is Heavy Metal 95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy. Hope you all have a great day. Take care. Goodbye for now. Stay tuned for more videos. And stay metal for this video.